Hello, beautiful love light. Welcome to my channel, Heart Rhythm Healing. I'm Jamie. I'm a certified Reiki master and self-proclaimed spiritual maestro. I view myself as a conductor of all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time. I had this vision of myself standing in front of you, beautiful symphony of love lights, knowing everything that you need to know to play your own beautiful instrument that is you. And as a healer, my job is to simply keep the time for that, to take space, to take place, for all of the things to come into alignment so you can harmonize with your highest expression of self. And I just hold the space. I set the intention. I create the sacred medicine space for all of us to gather to become that beautiful symphony. Today is a huge day, energetically speaking, especially within the Mayan Galactic Calendar. So for those of you interested, there's a link in the description box so that you can get one of these calendars and follow along with my YouTubes. I was introduced to this calendar by another YouTuber. Cassia is her name. I have a link to her channel as well, Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. I've linked her affiliate link because why not? Why not help out another fellow human, right? Isn't that what it's about? Collaborating, helping each other out. I think so. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. All right, so I want to initiate something new before I get started. I want us to all collectively breathe together, to take 3 just natural, relaxed, a little bit deeper, more intentional breaths. Breathing in through our nose, all the way down to our pelvic floor, and then back up and out of our mouth. And just allow yourself to drop into you, right? To kind of begin to regulate your nervous system and put your heart mind in a space of receptivity. So if you would humor me, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes if you're in a place that it's safe to do so. There's 1. Oh, yeah, there's 2. Second one's always my favorite. Whew, there's 3. Thank you. So again, there's big energy today. Holy moly. I was a little nervous to even come in here and go live because I was like, what if I forget something? What if I don't bring something up? And then I was like, whatever. It is what it is. We're learning, and I probably will forget some stuff. So first and foremost, before I jump into this, if there's anything about the energetics of today that I'm talking about that you know about or know more about or can share a resource for us to learn more, please be so kind as to do that. If you feel inspired to say something or share something, I want you to do that. I know that in the public sphere, it's getting harder and harder for people to express themselves because we open ourselves up to attack. A couple things about that. Number 1, I really don't believe that the people that are going to be seeking out this content, that is the heart that they're going to be in. However, there's a multitude of people that can access this. And so if you are being attacked for whatever reason, whatever your message is, however you express yourself, if that's making other people uncomfortable, please anchor into the energetics of it's there. They need to learn something from that. It has nothing to do with you. You are exactly who you need to be. And you need to love and accept yourself exactly as you are, regardless of what anyone else thinks or says or does. The only time words can hurt you is if you allow them to. And I'm not saying that words can't be hurtful and that people should not be conscious and aware of the words they use. I actually stand in the space that we are responsible for our words, and we need to be responsible because our words create. However, I need you to understand that what other people do and say is 100% outside of your control. We don't get to control how other people act and behave. We just don't. So own your power. Own your power. Love and accept you exactly as you are, regardless of whether anybody else accepts you or not. It is my belief that as we align with our highest expression of self, begin to authentically express who we are, those who are meant to be in our sphere, our vortex, our energetic space, will naturally magnetize and show up. But there's a, what do you call it? There's like a gestation is the word that's coming up, but I don't think that's the best word. So forgive me talking about being intentional with words, and I'm losing. But shoot. There's lag time. There's a lag time between like stepping into the new energetics and ways of being that you're creating and speaking into existence, and the old energy that's like still like in the queue waiting, right? So that's why change is so difficult, or has been in the past. I'm beginning to think that maybe we're spiraling out of that lag time. Like we really truly are energetically moving into a time where manifestation is happening faster and faster and faster, especially when you're in alignment. So again, like getting crystal clear about our like thoughts, words, and actions is going to be so much more important moving forward in time. Or spiraling around because we're in radial time. It's not really moving forward, right? Like we're coming around. So as we're cycling, right, as we're spinning around this radial, I don't even know, like multi-dimensional way of time. Like it's hard for me to wrap my mind around. I think we're going to manifest faster. However, if icky stuff keeps like crops up, like maybe you've been like saying your positive affirmation, you've been meditating every day, you've been saying your affirmations, you've been, drinking your blue solar water or your moon water or just water in general, structured water, whatever, pH balanced water, like whatever water, fresh, make it filtered water, please. Otherwise you're the filter. Like whatever it is, like you're doing, like you're making good choices, you're getting your body moving, you're, like doing things to like raise your vibration and everything is going great. And then all of a sudden, wham, something from like a squirrel just totally was like, what was that? Like the old aspects of you like crops up, right? And everyone is like, not everyone, but oftentimes we view that as evidence that what we're doing isn't working. But the reality is it is working. There's just lag time. Like we have to recognize who we were while maintaining who we are in the present moment and realizing this is it. This is what's real, is right here, right now. And beginning to cultivate the energetic transmutation within us, right? Which is what I do in my space. So there's a link to the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble. If you want to have access to the life force energy moving to and through you to help facilitate that, whether you show up in that space or not, then that might be something that you want to consider. Of course, showing up in that space every Tuesday is even better, but I just want to invite you to that. But anyway, like the more that we really consciously take control of our energy and our vibration, and we really begin to harmonize with our highest expression of self and take that seriously, regardless of what happens around us, right? Like it has to be like irrelevant. Like anything happening around us needs to become utterly irrelevant. We have to stay so focused on where it is that we want. We just need to stay focused in the moment on who we are. That's it. Every moment, regardless of what's going on. Who do you want to be? Make the decision, stick to it every day, every moment, and realize that you're going to change because change is inevitable. But whoever that is right here, right now, be that. And tomorrow morning when you wake up, ask, okay, who am I going to be today? And be that, right? Like that's what I'm talking about. Like really anchoring into who the fuck you are. Whoever that is, you, beautiful, powerful, love light, you define that every day, every moment. And you're going to feel stuff and you're going to get kind of like, knocked around energetically. You're going to have big emotions that are triggered and come up and you're going to be like, whoa, and you're going to get knocked off, like knocked over, right? It's all good. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of the experience that we're going through. And I promise you, the more you do that consciously and aware of like, it's not how I want to feel. This isn't how I want to feel. What just happened? Why? What's the lesson? How do I move on from here? What's the next best step that I need to take for me to feel the way that I want to feel? What do I need to say? How do I need to behave? What do I need to do? I hope that makes sense. Because again, it's going to be super. I feel moving forward, it's going to be really critical. And today is a beautiful day to decide because we are kicking off a new galactic spin. So exciting. Which reminds me, I apologize that I didn't get to come in yesterday on the last day of the galactic spin, of the last galactic spin, right? So it was, let me revisit yesterday. The yellow cosmic sun. It was a galactic activation portal day yesterday. There's big energy also, right? Like that spin, that like cycle was ending and we're spinning into this new red magnetic dragon beginning, a whole new galactic spin. We are at the entry point, the genesis, if you will, the dragon genesis. From what I learned about these castles. So, I mean, seriously, y'all, the information in this stuff is like really mind-blowing. Like the creativity of the people who are flowing through this Mayan Galactic Calendar of time is mind-blowing. I freaking love it. I don't necessarily know that I agree with all of it, but holy Moses. Like I didn't know that there was this whole idea about like Earth as a time ship. Like that's pretty wild. And why not, right? Like we're spinning in the galaxy on this planet. Like why not, right? Again, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not going to lie. Like that's a concept that but I'm not against it either. Like whatever, like anything is possible in my world. So why not? Stay creative, stay open, be open to the possibilities. So yeah, it's the dragon genesis. Which was cool. And we cycle through this dragon genesis from today, kin 1, all the way into kin 130. So we're in this dragon genesis phase for a while. Well, 130 days, right? And a couple other cool things. So I don't want to get ahead of myself. So yeah, so we're at this there's just a lot of cool things that I learned about the castles that I'm excited to dive in and share with y'all today. So yesterday, the yellow cosmic sun, that 20th solar tribe, and the 13th tone of creation culminating together yesterday to close that 260-day spin through the galactic matrix of time. And today we're entering the dragon. Enter the dragon, right? Like we are in this red magnetic dragon day, which is day 1, kin 1 of a new 260-day galactic spin, matrix, cycle, spiral, rotation, whatever you want to call it, whatever makes sense to you, right? This radial idea of time spiraling around and around and around. So the yellow cosmic sun just gave birth into the red magnetic dragon, and we're starting here. Tone 1, the first day of the galactic spin, the new galactic spin. It's a day of initiation. What are you birthing? What do you want to bring into this planetary experience for you and all of us to experience? What is that thing? Today is the day, y'all, to get really cleared. It's the day of initiation. I have something that I want to read that I found on a new website when I was doing my research about the red Eastern Castle of Turning that we entered today also. But this whole idea of the next, it's like a fresh new 260-day spin. Like, what do you want to create? For what ways of being do you want to establish over the next 260 days? What habits are you seeking to cultivate? What goals do you want to hit? What is going to benefit you and all of creation? Really, like, I mean, that might be a little big, overwhelming for people. I get that. But like, hopefully what it is that you are aligned with and want to birth into the world will benefit others, right? Like, that's sort of, I don't know. Hopefully that's what, but maybe not. Maybe people don't think about it that way. Again, I'm okay with however you show up and express in the world. I truly am. It doesn't have to align with me. In fact, how boring. I don't want you to be like me. Be you. Be the best you that you can absolutely be. And the best way to do that is to really, truly anchor into who you are, align with your highest expression as often as you possibly can, gain crystal clarity in who that is and how you take the steps to just be that, whatever it is, to the best of your ability. Okay, so that is today, this new galactic spin, which is super exciting. And so we're kicking off this red magnetic dragon, kin 1. And the other cool thing I realized today is, so it's kin 1 in the Gregorian month of February, which is the second month in the Gregorian calendar, on the third day. 1, 2, 3. I thought that was really cool. And again, just for those of you who might not know about numerology and how that all works, 1 is associated with the sacred masculine. It's also like priorities, leadership, like that kind of stuff, like structure, form, that kind of stuff. 2 is associated with the divine feminine. It's about nurturing and flow and essence and, all of the qualities of the divine feminine. And 3 is putting 1 and 2 together, and it's creation. It's that divine union. So also understand that as we are, cycling and spiraling through time, I encourage you to consider as one of the habits that you might be seeking to cultivate, or energetic processes that you want to adopt in your world. Consider practices that will help you to individually begin to heal, strengthen, kind of align and integrate your own sacred masculine and divine feminine so that they can merge together to benefit you and everything that you're seeking to manifest or create in this world. Again, just a consideration, because there's a lot of that energy kicking. The energetics of that divine union are really, they're ramping up. That divine feminine she's coming in hot, y'all, for that to rise up, to meet and have power with that sacred masculine. It's so exciting. So I encourage you to if it feels or resonates with you, I invite you to consider to adopt that as maybe something to begin to really cultivate a practice to help you unify those energetics within you. Again, it's this idea of structure and form and action with flow. You unify those energetics within you. Again, it's this idea of structure and form and action with flow and essence and being, right? Like we have the doing and the being, the action and the inaction, right? Where you're just anchoring into that trust and knowledge that as long as I'm doing what I feel inspired to do, what feels delicious inside of me, like that just effervesces, like, creates those like warm fuzzies inside of you. Like the more that you do that, trust that life is going to show up to meet you, right? Like you're setting that structure by doing the things that bring you effervescent, effortless joy with intention and purpose, right? Like you have this idea created inside of you, like this is what I want, and I'm going to start doing these things, trusting that as I do those things, and I also make space to just sit and know that it's coming to me when I create the practices of both the being and the inspired doing. That is when magic happens, y'all. So exciting. Okay. Oh my goodness. Today's a big day. This is going to be a long video. I feel it. Okay. I'm going to start at the high level. And then when we get to the 52-day castle, I'll dive into the new castle of time that we just entered. So top level, we are in a 13-year Wavespell of the White Wizard. Those code keys, and remember, just allow the vibrational quality of these words to like resonate within you, and take note. Do those words impact you? Like, is there a word that I say that hits you positively or negatively, right? Take note of that. Unpack it when you have some more time. Like really sit with that. Like, why did that word, what do I know about that word? What insights, ideas, experiences, associations, feelings does that word like bring up within me? Those are the things. So, and if a word doesn't hit you at all, then it's not for you today, right? Like no worries. So White Wizard is enchants, receptivity, and timelessness. So that is flowing for the next 9 years. We're weaving the threads of those code keys into the fabric, the tapestry of time that we're creating, because we are time. So coming down one more level, we are in the 4th year of the White Wizard Wavespell, which is this 364-day cycle in the red self-existing moon year. So we have 2 sets of code keys because we have the red moon solar tribe that we're in all year, and we're also in the self-existing tone of creation all year. So the red moon brings in these feminine qualities of purifies, universal water, and flow. And it's integrated with the more, in my opinion, sacred masculine qualities and characteristics of the self-existing tone of creation, which are define, measure, and form. So those are the code keys of this whole year, and we have until July 25th of this year that those code keys are kicking for us to really like unpack if we feel led or guided to do so, right? Next, we have the 65-day season. We are in the white northern dog season of heart, really allowing the next, what is it, like 53 days of this spiral of time to really like focus on our emotional body and our emotional patterns, so that we can learn the lessons that life is seeking to teach us during this 65-day cycle. The code keys of the white dog are loves, heart, and loyalty. Now we get to this crazy, I just think the reason I say crazy is because what I learned about it is just kind of, it's a lot. I'm probably not going to be able to share it all, but it's pretty cool. This 52-day castle of time. So we were in the green central castle of enchantment for the last 52-day cycle. That ended yesterday. And what I learned is that according to, I think it's Jose Arguelles, we, like this time ship Earth, started her travels 26,000 years ago. Now, I'm going to argue that it was just this last dream spell cycle that was initiated 26, because the reality is we don't know how long. I mean, I'm watching this show on Gaia TV called Ancient Civilization. It's with Graham Hancock, who I love. If you don't know Graham Hancock, he's, I really dig that guy. He's wicked smart, first of all, and just is a rebel in academics. And I love any rebel heart, rebel spirits. I love it. Like people who are willing to be like, are you sure? Like, I don't know that you really know what you're talking about, but okay. Anyway, he kind of like, he's one of those, but in a good way. Like, I mean, do it lovingly, right? Like, don't be a jerk. Although it's not for you to decide what other people think about you, right? But if you, have the right intention, I guess is what I mean. And I think Graham Hancock does. His intention is he just wants to understand our world, right? Like he's a very scientific mind. Like I just want to understand. But his ideas and findings are outside of, orthodox academics and archaeology and history and like all the things. I mean, he ruffles some feathers, which I dig it. I like people who ruffle feathers. Feathers need to be ruffled sometimes. What I want to say is I currently don't have Netflix. However, I do think that he has a program for anyone who might have Netflix. He has a program. It's called Ancient Apocalypse. Intuition tells me they're probably very similar. There's probably like different, like the episodes probably are not the same, but the information is likely pretty similar. Anyway, why did I start? Tangent. I went off on a tangent. Now I don't remember why I brought that up. Oh, because of like how old we're, like archaeologists are continually like finding things that completely blow out of the water what we know about this earth and how long humans or human-like species have been on this planet. So that's why. So we've had this like 26,000 dream spell cycle, and it kicked off with entering the dragon, this red magnetic dragon, this kin 1, right? Like it all like initiate, like this is the initiation point of time. That spiral. So whenever all of this began, it began right here, right? Like with the red dragon, with the red eastern castle of turning, like everything is initiated and birthed from this moment. It's really mind blowing, y'all. I don't know if like really, truly like mind blowing, but, and we cycle through that dragon genesis for 13,000 years. And then we go through a couple other cycles. There's the monkey genesis and then the moon genesis. And there's what's the respective? It's is it 7,800 and 5,200 years respectively, which is the 26,000 year dream spell cycle. But it's just so crazy. Like we're not entering a new 26,000 year 26,000 year cycle. Like that happened in, I think 2013, I think, whenever that, right in there, whenever we initiated the new galactic spin in 2013, whenever that date was, I don't know. I should have looked. I didn't. That was the new 26,000 year spin. However, for this spin, we have, what is it? 52 days. And we go through 5 52-day cycles within the 260-day kin. So we're like initiating this spiral of time right now. So it's like so cool. So cool. And every castle enters at a red magnetic gate. And it exits through a yellow magnetic gate. So this red castle of turning, we start with the red dragon wave spell, and we cycle through those 13 days. And then we're going to spin into a white wizard wave spell for 13 days. And then we're going to spiral into a blue hand wave spell of 13 days. And then we're going to spiral into the yellow sun wave spell. And then we'll enter the next white northern castle of crossing. And that enters at the red magnetic skywalker wave spell, the red skywalker wave spell, the red skywalker gate. And then I didn't write down when it cycles out, but we enter all of them in a red magnetic gate, and we exit through a yellow magnetic gate. Each one. I just thought that was really cool. I don't really know. And so again, like, to come back to this idea of like how we cycle through those tribes. So we have this red dragon day. So here's the glyph for today. Tribe 1, this first tribe, right? So we're going to cycle into white. That's what, white wind? Is that what that says? And then blue night. And then yellow seed. And then we spiral into another red tribe, right? We go into red serpent, and then white world bridger, and then blue hand, and then yellow star. Right? So we're cycling through red, white, blue, yellow, red, white, blue, yellow, all throughout like the days and the wave spells and everything like that. But each castle, 52-day castle, goes through it says my connection is unstable. Well, hopefully it will keep recording. Sorry if it blanked out on you if you're live. I don't think anyone's on live right now, so it's all good. So yeah, we enter the red dragon, we go through white wizard, blue hand, yellow sun, and then the last day of that yellow sun wave spell is the yellow cosmic human. And then we flow into the next castle, which is really cool. So the red castle of turning starts today. And I did want to read about the castle of time. Sorry. 52-day castles. These symbols these symbols right here. Where are you? These symbols. Red, white, blue, yellow, green. So on the calendar day, right? These symbols mark the beginning of a 52-day cycle known as a castle of time. Each castle is a harmonic grouping of 4 consecutive wave spells, which is what I just talked about. Red, white, blue, yellow, producing a coherent evolutionary stage in the dream spell journey by incorporating the key qualities of its respective wave spells. Oh. So the 52-day castle produces a coherent evolutionary stage in the dream spell journey by incorporating the qualities of the respective wave spells. Okay, so let's look at the qualities of these wave spells real fast. So we have red dragon, which I'm going to break down today, right? I'll read through that. But the code keys are nurtures, birth, and being. Nurtures, birth, and being. And we are in the court of birth in this red castle of turning. We're in the court of birth. And we are initiating the seed. So when you enter the red dragon gate, and you flow through this first, I don't even know what this would be called, just this spiral through all the tribes, you end up at yellow seed. So the red castle of turning initiates seed. So remember, red has that code word initiate. So we initiate seed. So over the course of the next 52 days, That's why, again, like as far as manifestation goes, so we're at the tone 1 of magnetic creation, which we're going to like magnetize what it is that we want to attract to us today. Like that's the goal of today, right? To really like find, anchor into, and begin to vibrate at that magnetic point of attraction for what it is that we're seeking to manifest. How can we initiate that seed and continue to vibrate at that level, right? For the next however long it takes, right? And so we're initiating that today. And yes, so the code keys, again, are nurtures, birth, and being. The next Wavespell is White Wizard. And so those code keys are enchants, receptivity, and timelessness. Then we have Blue Hand. Blue Hand code keys are knows, healing, and accomplishment. And then Yellow Sun code keys are enlightens, life, and universal fire. So we have all of those that are going to be kicking throughout the next, and we're going to go through them, right? Because we'll go through as I share videos, right? We're going to go through these days. But it's all just super cool how it all like works together. So that is, oh, and then I wanted to read this thing that I got. Excuse me, y'all. So bear with me. I'm going to be reading. Hopefully it will look like I'm looking at y'all because it's right on my computer. So this comes from spacestationplaza.com, and it's about the Red Eastern Castle of Turning. Court of Birth initiates seed. Entering into the Red Eastern Castle of Turning represents the dawn of stepping into planetary and interplanetary consciousness. As we glide into the new turning tides of depth and initiation within, we plant the seeds for future awakenings and openings that will serve as guides and blossom into powerful relationships for the future generations and beings to come behind us. This dawn of initiation is one of realizing radical and new teachings which demonstrate a confidence of being inside and out. It beckons us to find clear purpose and enter into respectful relationship with these new discoveries and teachers. Be mindful to staying aware and open to finding new information and letting it impregnate and potentiate your birth into a fresh dimension of life. Seriously, people are so creative with their words. I just love this. Throughout all 52 of these days, ensure that you are constantly seeking from a space of total relaxation and ease. Whatever arises and calls you to learn and grow from, let it enter deep into you gracefully and release its shell, exposing its seed naked and bare. Do not hesitate to call forth this primal awakening consciously. Let this destiny castle be the inception of a new world for yourself and others. And always remember, initiating the seed now is the first step to harvesting the crop later. Isn't that so cool? I meant to link this. I'm so sorry. It's spacestationplaza.com. Hopefully I'll remember to go back and put this in the description box. I meant to do that. I truly apologize. Sorry, y'all. Forgive me. It's my brain. I got a lot going on up here most of the time. Okay. So we're in the Red Eastern Castle of Turning. Today we entered. So cool. Next, we have our 28-day moon that we are spiraling out of, this resonant moon of attunement. We're in the last 3 days, y'all. We have today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then that's it. That's the last day of the resonant moon of attunement. And those code keys are channel, inspire, and attunement. Which brings us to today, the Red Magnetic Dragon Day. We're kicking off a new Wavespell, and it's a galactic activation portal. So I want to read that again. Galactic activation portals This symbol of the galactic activation portal, right here, signifies a galactic activation portal day. These days invite you to enter the gateways of expanded consciousness and amplify your awareness of energy flows and information exchange. Within the 260-day galactic cycle that starts today, there are 52 portals. These specific kin form the loom of the Maya, which is a bilateral symmetry pattern that reflects the basic pattern of our DNA double helix, integrating the galactic code of light into the genetic code of life. That's my favorite. This portal formation is a resonant structure linked to the activation of our full DNA potential. It's exciting. So I just realized, maybe y'all realize this before me, that's cool, but I just realized in reading this, I was like, oh my goodness. Because I was thinking about the fact that we had consecutive galactic activation portal days, yesterday and today. And I was like, oh, that was this point down here and this point up here. So they've like spiraled into each other, just like our double helix, right? So that's why I get so, like, when it talks about integrating the galactic code of light into our genetic code of life, like, that's exactly what we're doing. It's just so, sorry, I am not sorry. I'll geek out. I love this stuff. I love it. So, and if you're listening, you probably do too. So yay us for loving crazy, outside of the box ways of thinking and being and showing up in the world to share love and light and like high vibration. Like, who doesn't, like, don't we all want bliss and peace and calm and happy and joy and love? And I mean, yeah, there's something to be said about experiencing all of the like lower vibrational stuff, right? Like, we can't appreciate the higher vibration without knowing the lower vibration. But man, I want to be someone who shares more high vibration. Or maybe neutral. I don't know, y'all. What do you think about that? These are the things that I really like, I don't want to say struggle with. Like, they just, like, in my head, I'm like, it's like so big that I just, like, my mind, like information overload, like system shut down. Anyway, that's my brain. So I'm just trying to like piece together. I mean, I don't know it all. Honestly, the older I get, the more I realize I really don't know shit. I like to think I do though. But it's crazy, right? Like, if you could never experience low vibration, would you? Is that what you want? I don't know. I kind of like getting feisty. I kind of like getting a little angry every once in a while. And it feels good to cry and be sad. I don't know. Like, I guess there's attributes to all of it, right? As there should be. Share with me your thoughts on that, please. I would love to know what y'all think about this huge idea of like staying high vibe all the time. I don't know if that's, I mean, I want to believe it's possible. Maybe not like in this like human fleshly body, maybe. I don't know. All right, red dragon. So the red tribe is associated with the direction east, which is also associated with, in the shamanic world, the eagle and the condor, for those of you who might be interested. And this code key of initiates. We are kicking off major things. Again, big energy today, y'all. Big energy. Nurtures birth being. The quote comes from the Tao Te Ching. Quote, love the world as your own self. Then you can truly care for all things, right? Love starts within. Like love yourself first. Fill your cup to overflowing. give you all of the things that love yourself, accept yourself, forgive yourself, be thankful for you and your whole love light. I do. I love you. Red dragon represents the beginning, the primal source, the mother of life, primordial waters, the birther, the initiator. Dragon is the overseer, shepherd of the vulnerable, the provider. As individual beings, we are each a part which contains memory of the whole. As we sense all life to be of one source, we access empathy, patience, and kindness. By nurturing others, we are nurturing our oneness, invoking grace to nourish our shared life. The love we meet life with will also love us back. I'm going to read that again because I think it's really potent and powerful to grasp. The love we meet life with will also love us back. And I would even argue the love you meet yourself with will also love you back. Likewise, let us be reminded that as we holistically care for our own well-being, we are inherently vitalizing the whole. Yes. Red Dragon provokes us to inquire, what precedes the captivating story entitled My Life? What underlies all that we do, all that we are, all that is? Being. We access this state when we simply feel the life which animates us, free of all agenda, free of all aim, free of the need to produce or achieve, with nothing to prove and nowhere to go. We are immersed into the fulfillment of pure existence, a realm of effortless essence, as ancient wisdom directs, quote, established in being, perform action. Established in being, perform action. Divine feminine, sacred masculine. Red Dragon assures the universe is conspiring on our behalf. It is working in our favor. Birth new beginnings. Embrace new ways of seeing. Every moment is a new creation, right? Every moment, every morning when you wake up, who do you want to be? You can be someone different. It's okay. If you were somebody that you didn't like the day before, wake up the next day and be like, yeah, I don't want to be that person anymore. That person was a dick. Like, whatever. I mean, I don't know. All right. And then the end quote is Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And the quote is, when thinking stops, being takes over. Again, I'm going to invite you into my space. Come and be. Come and just be with me every Tuesday. Or, sit in all of the, the whole library of videos that I've been dropping into that space for the last year or so. Again, I started on Facebook. So I did migrate some of the movies. I guess they're movies over into Mighty Networks. But not all of them. So, but there's a lot in there for you to choose from for sure. You could easily go through them every day if you wanted to, and know that energy is being sent your way every day when you are a subscriber. Because when you're in that container, I send y'all life force healing energy every day. Because that's how important I think it is to receive that healing energy on the daily. And that energy flows 2 and 3 for your highest benefit. And it knows exactly what you need. And my intention is that it is coded specifically for your unique blueprint, for your highest benefit. Always. Beautiful love light. Always. I want you to express yourself at the highest capacity possible within any now moment. And know that it's a journey, right? Like what your highest is today is not going to be what your highest is a year from now, right? So that's like, we have to respect that journey, right? I think that's kind of how I feel about vibration, right? Like just like we spiral and cycle through time, I think that we spiral and cycle through our vibration. And we have lessons to learn from all of it, right? Like that's it. It's just lessons to learn. It's not that anything is good or bad, right? Like it's just, what are the lessons? What do I need to learn from this experience? And not getting stuck. Don't get stuck in the like crazy high vibration manic mode, right? Like don't get stuck up there. Find your point of that fluid balance, right? That neutral, right? Like so like allow yourself to flow, right? Like have those highs and experience those lows, but find yourself really coming back to that midpoint where this is the experience where you're like, yeah, surf and have fun. Even when it's shitty, do your best to have fun. Bring fun in. Tone 1. We are at the red magnetic dragon today, kicking off that wave spell, kicking off a manifestation cycle, if you will, if you bought into my theory, which that's all it is. It's just a theory. Magnetic tone. So the code keys for magnetic are unify, attract, and purpose. All things are the differentiation of one infinity. Pretty wild, right? Tone 1 represents the source of creation, the indivisible essence of all that is. In the unified whole of life, nothing is outside of the one. Awakening to the inherent unity of all things can expand one's sense of purpose. We realize we are each an expression of totality, embodying a unique and essential contribution. When seeking our purpose, we find it is alive, encoded within us. It is one with who we are. It's in our DNA, right? Galactic code of light, impacting our genetic code of life. It calls to us cellularly, and it nudges us through obvious attractions that draw our attention. So yeah, what draws your attention? Like what are you most, like what fires you up inside, right? Like start looking in those areas of that flame of excitement about life and what you want to do and bring and create in this, right? Like it doesn't necessarily have to be to make money, right? I mean, sure it can be maybe, but like that doesn't have to be what we're talking about, right? Once we have unified with our purpose, we naturally magnetize that which supports its unfoldment. Once we have unified with our purpose, right? Got into magnetic harmonization and vibration with what it is that we want to manifest, right? We naturally magnetize that which supports its unfoldment. From the vast realms of infinite possibility, all is attainable. You can have it all. Like, really, you can. You might not want it all. That's cool, right? But it doesn't change the fact that you can have it. That's pretty cool. As we open to receive from Source, the source which provides all, resources and synchronistic opportunity are gracefully attracted. We find that others are drawn to the same cause, and we are never alone on this journey. Okay, so again, I want to cycle back to that. What that brings me back around to when I was talking about like express yourself authentically. And if and when you feel attacked, let those people, let them. You don't have to defend yourself, right? And man, I'm talking to myself right now, majorly. Like, we don't have to defend ourselves. We can if we choose to, right? Like, if we choose to defend ourselves, that's cool, right? Like, we can, throw up those boundaries or like, be like, no, you don't get to say these things to me. And I'm cool with that, right? I'm cool with self-defense 100%. But you're not alone. You're not going to be alone. And there's always going to be people that maybe we want to be on our journey, but they're just not meant to be on our journey. And the sooner that we can really like step into the space of, yeah, I'm going to be okay without you. Like, it's okay. Like, if you really want to stay, you can. I love you and I want you to be here, but I gotta do what's right for me and create my life the way I want it to be. And right now, like, I just like, our energetics don't vibe right now. We don't have an affinity for one another. And maybe the next time we bump into each other, we will, right? Because everyone's vibration is changing and changeable, right? So trust that you're never alone on the journey. You will attract your people, your tribe, those who are gonna freaking love the shit out of you because you are awesome and amazeballs. And you have something so special and so treasured and unique buried inside of you. Bring it out. Stop trying to protect it. Share it. It's time, y'all. And we all need to support each other, which is, again, what the harmonic.us is for. It's to support all of us in our little like seedling dreams that we want to initiate and create and nurture and grow. That is the space for all of us to cheer each other on. It is not the space to wax about all of the crap in our life. That's not what that space is for. There's plenty of spaces out online to be able to like share that with people. My space is 100% a creation station. We are focusing on where we're heading, not where we've been. Oneness decrees there is only one moment, the ever-changing now, this divine, generous present moment. As the now shifts, so must purpose transform as the moment directs. No purpose is too small. Every act serves the grand weaving of reality. In a continuous stream of energy, not a single movement can be insignificant. Ultimately, when investigating what our purpose is, let us know. True purpose must serve the oneness. We all serve the oneness by serving the now with sincerity and heart. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so that brings us to our daily affirmation for the red magnetic dragon. I unify in order to nurture. Attracting being. I seal the input of birth with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. All right, day 1 of the red magnetic Wavespell. I linked the what I'm about to read in the description box to the Astro Dream Advisor website. So day 1, how do I call forth the resonance of my true vibration? And to go into like what the magnetic tone was just kind of talking about, and even like for all of us who want to manifest, like we're desiring to bring something into this physical plane, right? Like we want to manifest something into this reality, whether it's an attribute within ourselves or a goal that we're seeking to manifest, or a relationship that we want to manifest, like, right, like a job maybe, or other ways to make money, right? Maybe we just want to manifest money. That's cool too. all of these things, right? Like as we're entering this day one, this magnetic red dragon gate, right, into this new galactic spin, and we're kind of thinking about like, what do I want to do for the next 260 days? Like, what do I want to manifest? What do I want to bring? What do I really want? And we focus on that. So this, how do I call forth the resonance of my true vibration? Along with that, I want to add, how do you call forth resonance with the thing you want to manifest? Because the faster you get into resonance with that, the faster you will magnetize and attract it to you. So I want to add that question. So red dragon qualities: source of life, breakthrough, define nurture. Sorry, my zipper keeps, anyway. Divine nurturance and support, receptivity, primordial mother. I don't know why I love that word so much. Primordial. I really like it though. Undivided primal waters, primal trust and nourishment, birth. Primal trust means making choices with no guarantees, knowing that divine nurturance will provide what is needed for your journey. It means making choices moment by moment, implicitly trusting your innate steering mechanism of heart knowing. Primal trust implies surrendering to the will of the divine itself, letting go of what your ego deems to be control of the outcomes in your life. It means deeply trusting the processes that are at work within your present spiral of evolution. The energy of Red Dragon asks you to embrace the depth of your receptivity. Perhaps you have been taught that it's better to give than to receive. Giving is a powerful way to learn how to receive, but it is not the whole picture. There is a circuit of completion in giving and receiving. That happens within you and in your external world at the same time. If you trust unconditionally in the giving, you are not attached to how the gift is received. When you freely give, you fill your cup with sweet waters, which you can then offer innocently and purely to another. Know on one level that your gift is poured out universally, regardless of how it appears to be received. However, when the gift comes from ego, it is limited by expectations and conditions. Love just is. It is neither given nor taken. Rather, it is simply discovered and allowed. It is also a great gift to allow others to give fully to you. For in your receptivity, the circuit of love is completed. Love is all that is, and by completing the circuit of giving and receiving on the physical plane, you form an infinite loop that continually expands into new octaves of expression on other planes. Trust in the larger pattern to provide you what you need, open to receive, communicate your feelings, desires, and dreams. Again, big energy today, y'all. Big, huge. Oh my goodness. So the one thing that like dropped into my heart mind as I was finishing this is communicate your feelings, desires, and dreams. Communicate that with yourself. Find a way to communicate your feelings, desires, and dreams within you on the regular. Is it a journal? Is it, talking into a video? Is it like creating like a video log, journal, or diary for yourself, right? You don't have to publish it, but allow the opportunity to get that stuff out of you. I mean, you can even create a YouTube channel and have all of your videos be unlisted, like all of them. And you can just keep them and log them in there and like create a video on your phone, load it unlisted into YouTube, label it, like put in a description to like, here's kind of what this is all about, so that you can act like you can have your own video log in a YouTube channel that nobody else ever sees. I mean, YouTube might see it, I guess, but right, like nobody else can really access it. Or speaking, right? Like, writing in a journal, typing on your computer, speaking into your computer, speaking into your phone, like voice notes, or taking a video and either saving it, deleting it, like however, but like allow yourself the opportunity to communicate with you, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. All right. Welcome to the new galactic spin, y'all. Day 1. So exciting. What are you going to create? What are you going to do for the next 260 days? What are you kind of kicking around? What are some ideas for like new habits that you want to initiate, or practices that you want to create, or like information? Like, do you want to learn about something for the next 260 days? Do you want to like gain a new skill? Like what do you want to do? Please share with me in the comments. I'm so eager to know more about all of my viewers and what you guys are seeking to initiate. The seed, what's the seed that you're planting in the soil of today? And not necessarily this like February 3rd, 2023 day, but like whatever day this finds you, trust that this message came to you exactly when it needed to be delivered to you, because that's how time works. It's not just about today. It's about this will find you when it's ready, when you're ready for the messages, when you're ready to take it all in. This will find you. And welcome, because I'm excited that you're here whenever it lands, whenever it happens. Beautiful love light. Oh my goodness. I just love you so much. You have no idea. Thank you so much for coming in here and sharing your most creative and precious gift with me, your time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you got value from this and you feel moved to do so, tap the thumbs up, tap the subscribe if you want to be a subscriber, the bell if you want to get notifications when I go live. Again, there's links in the description box below to, pop over to my own community on Mighty Networks, where, if for whatever reason one of the big tech people deems my content outside of their community standards or whatever, like that's a way that we can stay connected, because it's my space. I'm putting my own energetic imprint and intention into that space, which is very loving and high vibrational and creative and healing. It's this space of what I believe are the juicy, yummy fruit of all of the goodness that exists within the world around us. And I would love to have you come over. So click on the harmonic.us and just become a part of the free group. You don't have to be a part of the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble ever. You don't ever have to pay me a dime. It's not, but I want you to know that that space exists. That's why I share it. So if it does resonate with you, if you feel like receiving that healing life force energy on the daily would benefit you, and that the $19.99 subscription fee is relatively inexpensive, sweet. Then you're also supporting me too. Like I don't ask for money in YouTube. I don't know that I ever will. And I know that there's ways, but first of all, I don't have enough subscribers to warrant me making money on YouTube, but whatever. It is what it is. Like if it resonates with you and you want to do that, awesome. I want to have you there. And if not, I still want you to be a part of my space. So come over to the harmonic.us and just join. It would mean a lot to me, actually. Let's see. Or, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook. I think I have a link to my website if you want to go check that out. Although I'll be honest, I haven't put a ton of time into that. I did early on. But I'm way more into just creating the content and keeping this stuff flowing, like really moving with the energetics of right now, because that's all we have. Anyway, I love you. Until next time, beautiful love light as always. Go shine. Mwah.